tries against these guys last year.
Two division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season.
This is definitely the first of many tonight. And in these first games, you always try to set the tone and take that mental and psychological edge.
And the Clippers starting 5. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul George is out there with Paul. And it's Pierce in at the 3, the small forward.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations. Really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. Shot clock at 6. The high post shot. And it's Jordan, that time on the assist by Paul.
You know, it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
It always seems to settle you down when you have some early success in the post.
Thinking about Doc Rivers being a leader, he was like that on the floor, Clark, as well. You know that. You went against him.
A leader and a winner, no doubt about it. And there have been a lot of coaches that came from his old Celtics team. And of all of them, perhaps the least surprising is Doc Rivers for the reasons we just mentioned. Leader and coach on the floor.
Now here's Gay. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Gay against Griffin. Now here's Gay. D right on him. He kicks it to Cousins. It's hauled in by Paul George.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Here's Bellinelli, defended by Paul. Gay against Griffin. Baseline try, and Jordan sends it back. To the paint. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Collison kicks to Bellinelli. Pass to Cousins. Collison dishes to Bellinelli. Kings moving the ball around. Here's Cousins. That is good. Cousins has got his second basket of the game. Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Right now, let's find out what head coach George Karl had to say to our Doris Burke. Doris?
I asked him how he was going to slow down Blake Griffin in this one, and he told me, any way we can. He went on to add that he didn't really have any one answer for Blake because he is such a dynamic player, adding, you see the dunks in the highlight reels, but he can hurt you in a lot of other ways as well. Really, we just have to throw everything we can his way. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Doris. And here's Collison. There's the pick. He dishes it to Gay. Cousins with a screen on Pierce. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gay. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Jordan the pass to Pierce. Gay against Griffin. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
Blake Griffin hits them both. And regarding Griffin's low block shot number, for some guys, they simply lack a certain feel, Clark, for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
And now the fast break. George with the ball. A quick shot there, and it's off target. The Kings trailing. Outside Collison. Pass to Gay. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
You know, he doesn't have much quickness, but he'll still attack the rim when given the chance.
Al Paul Looking for his first basket still in this one. George, that's a two-pointer. They get it back. Jordan. Griffin kicks to Jordan.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Andre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
The Clippers trail. Paul with the ball. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
You know, one of the things I think we forget about with Chris Paul is just how clutch he is as a player. I mean, hitting the go-ahead shot in Game 7 against the Spurs last postseason was a big reminder to everyone that this guy is clutch.
And some changes here for the Kings. Cauley Stein comes in for Quincy Acey. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison. The Kings have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And talking about Paul and his ability to come up in the clutch, that Game 7 shot when he was playing injured against San Antonio, the defending champions, turned out to be the game-winning points. Remarkable play, remarkable series for him.
It was. You know, you could see him hobbling around out there and would have to miss games in that Rockets series, the first two, if I recall. But that series is what Paul is really all about, Kevin. He is a competitor, first and foremost.
And the Kings shooting just about an even 40% to start. Rondo kicks to Cousins. Rondo a screen on Jordan. Screen by Cousins. There's a good screen to the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, you know, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point, but Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
Sacramento making a switch here. McLemore is checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Smith is checked in. Back to Paul. Lets it fly from 18. Pierce kicks to Paul. It's stolen by Rondo. Down low. Here's Gay. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And that's now 6 points for Gay.
And with that Cousins story about the writer, Cousins actually called him out about that failed prediction. I mean, they made amends, however, with the writer eating his words and donating to a charity of Cousins' choice.
Now here's Pierce. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Clock is at 3. And it comes off the front of the rim.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Jordan against Cousins. And it's blocked by Jordan. George with no one around. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, and for Cousins, it's never been a question of talent. I mean, many are glad to see that he's been able to stay focused really for the first stretch of his career.
LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Paul dishes to George. Kicks to Smith. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Caspi, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Stolen by Gay. The dish to Rondo. Cauley Stein with the screen for Rondo. Josh Smith pulls it in.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Paul with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. The kick out to Pierce. There's the pass to Smith. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. 5 to shoot. Paul dishes to Jordan. Pierce inside the three-point line. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. And McLemore kicks to Rondo. There's 1:17 left to play here in the first. Three from Gay. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got his 4th assist in this one. Now here's Paul. Smith sets the pick for Paul. He feeds it to Smith. Screen by Smith. And Pierce, here we go. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And the Kings making a change here. Koufos is checked in. Clippers trail by 4. Paul outside. The feed to Smith. Puts up a 3. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
19 seconds left in the first. Here's Paul. Goes up on the high post. Rondo with some nice D.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And that does it for the first quarter. Kings lead by 4. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Let's take a moment to hear a little bit from Josh Smith about his development throughout his NBA career.
You know, coming in at 18, you know, really inexperienced, not knowing what this league was about. And I went through so many stages. I've grown tremendously over my career.
You kind of hear that growth in his voice, don't you think? And it's interesting to hear Josh Smith talking about getting introspective about himself and his game at this point of his career.
You know, that's a great point there, Kevin. I mean, like he says, he really has grown tremendously as a player, as a teammate, as a man, and just as an adult person in society. And he's become a real credit to our game.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Kings.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Smith is out there with Pierce. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Johnson. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot.
You know, a career high for DeAndre Jordan in free throw attempts a game, almost 6 a game. And a lot of those actually came from the hack of Jordan tactic.
Now here's Collison. He's had some playing time, but